경기장 도시형.
All right, let's get things started in this ZVZ match. And down at the bottom left from the team ZeNEX, in the orange, it is ZeNEX.Life. And at the top of the map, in the blue, from the team NSHoSeo, it is Freaky.
Freaky. That was highly disturbing how you said that, and I feel like I need to leave the room.
Tried to say it in a freaky way.
Oh, yes.
He has the Punisher logo for his hatchery logo, too. Look at that.
There. Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, close enough, anyway.
Basically, though. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Funny.
Punisher. That's
like
freaky.
That's freaky for you.
It is. It is.
All right, so ZVZ on Daybreak, pretty long walk distance here, and not as much as what we saw like last night on Atlanta Spaceship, but still, you know, could see some expand builds. We'll see what we get out of both our players. It looks like we are going to have a 10 pool out of Freaky.
All right.
Whereas it was just an extractor trick up for ZeNEX.Life.
Yep. That's right. So probably going to see him maybe go up to 14 pool, 13, or 14 gas, 13 pool. Otherwise, hatch first would not surprise me one bit. It's a big map. I mean, most Zergs actually do prefer hatch first on Daybreak. So a little bit surprised that Freaky's going for such an early pool. But, let's see. Okay, yeah, so we'll just go ahead and be 15 gas and then probably 14 pool from ZeNEX.Life. So, pretty safe build. Think he should be okay against this. We'll see. The pool is getting pretty close to done.
Well, let's take a look now, as there's going to be a couple of links popping up soon, as you alluded to. And Freaky is temporarily supply blocked. There's the Overlord, though, and here come a bunch of lings, 2 starting. We have a Queen coming up next? No, just building up those 6 lings first to try and put on some pressure.
Yep, that's right. But as you can see, the Zerglings will either be very close or they will be out by the time ZeNEX.Life has to worry about the Zerglings of ZeNEX.Freaky getting to his base. It's such a big map that this is really something that you can put a little pressure on someone that goes hatch first. I mean, this is kind of an anti-hatch first build, but luckily for Life, he's going to be pretty well prepared. Oh yeah, the Overlord even sees the Zerglings coming out too, so yeah, he's going to be just fine. So Freaky, you know, will he just do an expand off of this, or will he get a gas and try to go for something like Banelings? I've got a feeling it's going to be an expand because he hasn't taken a gas quite yet. Well, now he got one. Okay,
just got it. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, you know, he's going to be a little bit ahead on his Queen, but he's a little bit back in supply right now, down by 4 workers at the moment, of course. And but the first 2 links are making their way in. There's already a couple of links up for ZeNEX.Life, though, and his Queen is just moments away from popping up.
Yep, that's right. So Life should be just fine.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth here as he does lose it. Wow, actually lost a couple of lings there. So now Freaky has a little bit of an advantage due to his superior control at the moment, but the Queen does pop out for Life as well, so shouldn't take too much more damage, but he is throwing away a couple of lings.
Yeah, the link control could have been a little bit better for Life. Excuse me, definitely, but could have been worse as well. Looks like he's going to go ahead and try to expand off of this. Oh, he's got to not lose that drone, though.
No kidding. Oh, boy. All right, Life making his way back
he's
in.
Fine now, yeah.
And it looks like the lings will finally face each other down to a standstill as he makes his way back out to expand once again. So, ZeNEX.Life, because he had to overproduce a few lings more than he wanted to, Freaky was actually able to retake the drone advantage.
Yep, definitely true, but ZeNEX.Life will actually have Zergling speed much faster than Freaky as well, and that's going to help him defend against things pretty well. Yeah, there's the Baneling nest, so just staying ultra safe here.
And let's see if an expansion comes out for Freaky now, as he does have enough minerals ready. Now sending out his drone, actually just building Spine Crawler off of his 1 base for now.
All right, yeah, wanting to stay ultra safe here against any sort of counterattack. He's blocking the ramps with the Queens, as you can see. Making sure that they don't have any Banelings slip past. Of course, we know that it's going to be a while for the Banelings to pop up there, but Freaky doesn't necessarily know that.
And Freaky putting up a Baneling nest of his own, so still just sitting on 1 base for the time being. 22 drones now for the time being. And let's see here now, as ZeNEX.Life putting up his own Spine Crawlers. His opponent has not expanded yet. Of course, he's got a brilliant read on that with that Zergling. Freaky may have been thinking about it there for a second, but unfortunately doesn't have any lings ready to go. 6 more popping out, though, to eventually clear that up.
Yep, that's right. Trying to get up the ramp there, but the drone, the Queen, do block it. Oh, doesn't block the hatchery from going down, but he doesn't know about it, so that is good. helps out. Definitely.
Kind of funny. ZeNEX.Life just kind of sitting there looking at the hatchery, but now there's a couple of queens and lings out, so ZeNEX.Life is going to have to run away. One ling falls in the process. He is up by 5 supply overall, and of course working off of double injects on 2 bases now, so yeah, he's going to have quite a bit of production here in a bit.
Yep, Life's got a little bit better economy going right now. No banelings, though. Looks like Freaky producing a few banelings, probably just defensively, although I'm not sure where he's morphing them in. Is that in the middle there?
I hear them. There they are.
Well, those are the ones for Life. Yeah, the defensive
yeah.
ones.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, they're one up at the top. Yeah, my apologies.
So Freaky is going to try to get a little bit aggressive here. Whoa, got to be careful with it.
Yeah. He's trying to maybe bait the baneling. Nice. Oh, very nice job from Life. Picks off one baneling, or a bunch of zerglings, and then a baneling for just one zergling there. So Freaky has to watch out. He's slowly dropping in supply through this whole process.
Yep. All right. Still ended up pretty good for Life. I mean, so far the control just of his units has been much better for ZeNEX.Life, and Freaky's just been a little bit behind on everything else. You know, it's weird. He delayed his hatchery quite a bit by making that second queen as well, and the spine crawler. I think he was worried about some sort of counterattack, but in reality he didn't. That's one of the tough things about ZVZ, is that you can easily get behind by assuming you're going to be in danger and then reacting to that and then finding out later that you didn't need to. But you know, a lot of players will say better safe than sorry. But in this case, Life does have a nice lead from it.
Well, ZeNEX.Life, he's pushing in right now, losing a few zerglings without too much of a gain so far. And, Freaky holding pretty well here. He's got a few lings to aid in the defense. And he actually went up, I'm sorry, not he, but ZeNEX.Life went up to quad gas now and layer tech pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Layer tech finishing up soon.
Well, with the quad gas and no Roach Warren yet for ZeNEX.Life, I wonder if we're going to see mutas on this map. It's not bad at all, and he sees his opponent is pretty far behind and everything. So yeah, I think mutas would be a good choice in this case. He's got enough gas to put down the Spire right now. I'm gonna bet mutas. I might be wrong. We'll find out, but that's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
All right, well, an engagement. Oh, zerglings in the middle, and ZeNEX.Life was very close to losing a huge group of units there.
Yep. Yeah, I got to be a little bit careful with that.
And you are right. There is a Spire coming up at the moment.
Good.
And all right, baneling for baneling there. Not too bad.
Trade. Yeah, when you know your head, you can go ahead and do that. Yeah, so there will be the Spire coming up here, and he's got such a strong economy going that at this point it's just going to be pretty tough for Freaky to catch up, and Freaky, of course, has no idea that there will be mutas on the way. Oh, even a third base. Wow. Life just way, way ahead in this game.
Yep, all right, well, Freaky's going to take a look around, but he notices the third, but there's not much he can do about it at the moment, so almost did. Wow, feud revealed. Wait a second, that Spire was off to the side. I don't know if he clicked on it, though. We'll see how he's preparing, I suppose, as he tries to attack this base. Oh, baits a few zerglings up, and a great job killing them with the banelings there. Yep. So this hatchery is actually in danger of falling. ZeNEX.Life bringing out a few more units, but I don't know if it's going to be quick enough.
It's going to need to cancel it. Even with a good economy thing, when you go for mutas, you really need to be careful that you don't just die to speedling baneling.
No cancel.
As the mutalisks come out. Yeah, this is a very dangerous moment here for ZeNEX.Life. He's going to need to micro very well. Oh, should have saved both of those banelings. But yeah, with the spine crawlers at the front, he should still be okay against this. Yeah.
All right, well, Freaky is still pretty far down in supply overall. Still more of an engagement out in the middle of the map as Zerglings are going up against Zerglings. Nice job baiting them, though, into a couple of banelings there. So Freaky trying to claw his way back slowly but surely. He does have an infestation pit coming up. 9 mutas are just popping with +1 weapons, though.
Yeah, the infestation pit is going to be a little bit late, so these mutas might be able to get in and do some damage. But after the infestors come out, it's going to be really tough for ZeNEX.Life to get in and do some significant damage. At least he can do things like kill banelings. It's kind of nice.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good win for him there as he just kind of equalized all the losses he took before from earlier banelings. And he's up by 28 supply. Of course, his opponent is supply blocked and trying to put up a couple of overlords, but it'll be a while before those infestors ever see the light of day.
Mutas are getting to be really popular in ZVZ, and I like that. I think it's really neat. Just the Mutalisk play. It's kind of interesting. ZVZ is almost becoming more like StarCraft 1 ZVZ, kind of relying a lot on Ling Muta, and just the banelings thrown there, of course, because they just are so good in StarCraft 2. Looks like Freaky is pretty well prepared for this. Oh, actually, no, not having that one spine crawler in the mineral line. That's going to mean he's going to take some damage here.
Yeah, he's taking some pretty big losses. Whoa, he's got to watch out. Those mutas flying over The Queens there, not the best rally point, but the damage has been done. We're at 44 workers to 53, of course. Life, he has a third base up, just finishing actually within the next 10 seconds.
Yep, the meter count is starting to get a little bit ridiculous, but 5 infestors are out right now, so Freaky still well equipped to handle this. ZeNEX.Life, you can still do damage with mutas at this point, but you just need to be very, very careful about it. If you lose all of your mutalisks to a couple fungal growths, suddenly you have like nothing. You know, you don't have any defense, you don't really have any offense, you just have a bunch of drones and probably not enough lings and banelings to survive whatever your opponent's going to throw at you.
Freaky ducks into the main here, but he's not really going to get a read on anything else. He sees the macro hatch. He may have clicked on the infestation pits. I'm not really sure. So he could have word of that, but even if he knows what it is, what can he do right now? He's falling very far behind in workers. He's going to try and make a stand on these infestors that he has up, try to get that perfect fungal growth.
Okay. Oh, you have to be careful with that. Okay, the muta's doing it just last second, trying to bait a fungal growth actually from those infestors. Nice idea. Oh no! Oh, got way too close. That is it's a disaster.
All right, well, Lifey's going to lose quite a few mutalisks here. Chain fungals hitting left and right, and boom, go the mutalisks. Nice job
on that infestor as well.
Yeah, so he keeps most of those alive. I think he only lost one infestor there, so
yeah,
certainly a best case scenario trade. He is still significantly behind, yes. His opponent is putting up a ton of roaches now, moving into that roach infestor phase.
That's rough for Life, man. After losing all those mutas to fly down and see that third making, you're like, oh, I probably could have caused a cancel on that. Whoops.
Yeah. Well, Freaky ducking in with a few lings. Not really going to be able to do any damage here, but he picks off a couple lings of his own, but loses most of his. Down by 45 supply still, but what is he making at the moment? Just mostly infestors and going up to Hive Tech.
All right, interesting. Okay, yeah, going up to Hive Tech. And I suppose he is getting +2 melee weapons, so he'll be able to get +3 with that Hive as well. Very rare that we see ZVZ go up to Hive Tech.
Yeah, and we'll see what he does with that Hive Tech, because there's no Spire down, so let's see here, as a couple more lings for Life trying to make their way into the main. Looks like they have done so, causing a little bit of havoc. They're going to try and get themselves a clean kill, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. Moving down here at the bottom right-hand corner, though, and another bunch of mutas is fungaled, and that's going to happen over and over again. But there's a bunch of roaches with this as well. There's not a lot of damage output here for Freaky.
Yeah, this is a really nice switch by ZeNEX.Life not to go too heavily into the mutas after he saw those infestors, switching over to roaches and his own infestation pit. And with that good economy, you can really just see his supply is so much higher than Freaky's.
Yeah, and Freaky, you know, was spanking a ton of resources, it looked like, in preparation for Hive, as there's the Ultralisk Cavern going down, but ZeNEX.Life is not letting him be comfortable at all. Takes out that third, and he decides to put up his own, oh wow, actually bundling some Zerglings there, and goes ahead and puts up his own fourth in the pocket.
Yeah, well, 2-base Ultralisk is going to be pretty tough to maintain. Yeah, the Roach is sneaking around the back, they're going to kill a decent amount of drones probably, and remember there's still the amount to the front too. Freaky going for a counterattack right now. Oh, with some Burrowed Infestors too, and it doesn't look like Life sees this coming.
Well, we'll see if that's going to be enough to kind of turn the tide here, because that is still a huge amount of damage output, especially with the infestors in tow. Let's see what he tries to kill. There's a bunch of infested Terrans coming up. That's actually going to do quite a bit of damage, and a bunch popping up into the main as well. Yep. So keep an eye on this. Bunch of Queens going down, and workers as well.
Oh, wow. Great counterattack from Freaky to use those Burrowed Infestors. And what is he going to kill with it? Doesn't look like he's really target firing anything right now.
No, nothing in particular, and yet Life is still just kind of running through his base. There's nothing he can do to stop this.
Yeah, I don't think the Infested Terrans are going to be enough this time. They did kill the Natural, and they have killed a good amount of drones as well, but just not target firing things. Yeah, they don't get the Hive. Nice try by Freaky, but it looks like Life should take this game.
Yeah, it looks like last ditch, 4 Ultralisks popping up now. Not many times to see Ultralisks in the CVC, and it doesn't look like we're quite going to see them in this game as well. There's the GG, and ZeNEX.Life has taken game number 1.